All right. Oh, that is a little bit of bleed. First of all, welcome everyone. Especially welcome everyone at the table right now. Hopefully, everyone's had a great week so far. And first of all, cheers to everyone. So,
Are, are you streaming?
I am streaming.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Um, first of all, where we left off. Does anybody want to recap it real quick, or just prefer me to?
No, that was their shower curtain.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's coming from Thrill.
Yeah.
Thrill, they talk.
Sorry.
Oh god, you're super loud.
Oh my god.
Well, just as a very quick aside, does anyone else want to recap, or just prefer me to?
You can go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Alright, fair enough. You guys left Stelhan on your way to Kashaval to hopefully return the cart to the Bent Silver Company and get yourselves kind of moving and on your way to Savakis, where you found out that Duval, the cultist that you killed, is working with another one by the name of Shimei. And end up fighting a basilisk on the way, which you all did very well against. Nobody got petrified, which is the most important thing. Got yourself to Kashaval. Had a little bit of a fight with the town guard there. But, yeah, little arguments here and there. Nothing too big.
Racist.
You've actually found that throughout Kashaval, that most people are not too thrilled with different races. Well, not different races, I should say, foreigners. So there was the one town guard who was trying to be very helpful and very friendly to you. I expected a little bit of a tip, and instead kind of just got, hey, thanks, we're on our way. So there was that.
Whoops.
You guys did go to the little monument there, saw a flashback of actually my last campaign, where Kashaval was attacked by a horde of undead animals. So you get to see some of the players from that. Ironically enough, one of the players that took place in that battle, Absinthe, the druid monk, and his pet bear Greycliff, this was Pathfinder era, will be joining us. He might be stopping in tonight, won't be really playing tonight, but should be joining us on the next campaign, or next adventure rather, which should be a lot of fun. So after going to the fountain there, getting a little worshipping, little goodness, you went directly to the Bent Silver Company. You found out that you basically broke your contract by bringing the cart to Kashaval, and wasn't the nicest experience for everybody. They basically voided that contract out, wrote up a new one, and gave you a couple options. Option number one was basically to work off the debt incurred by delivering it to the wrong location and damaging the cart that you were transporting. You'd have to work for a couple months, and, you're all kind of on a timetable. So you took option number two of fighting in an arena. And they were going to bet very, very heavily on you. They did give you basically a super concentrated drow poison, which pretty much saved your asses in that fight. It was a pretty difficult fight, but said before that, you spent a day in the Bent Silver, relaxed, had the spa, had some good meals, some fun times, before actually fighting in the arena itself. Fighting against Wolvane and Viscana, the two champions. And I'm actually not sure if Dabster was hit at all in that fight.
I don't think so.
But
Probably not.
everyone else really got their asses pretty much handed to them, which was kind of expected. But regardless, the night ended with Wolvane unconscious, face down in the sand, Viscana dropping her weapons, kneeling down, realizing she was defeated, the crowd screaming for blood, and the four of you walking out. Did I forget anything?
We gave Njawi's daughter to
You did.
Black.
Yep.
So the blind girl from Stelhan, that's actually a pretty important point. You did bring in with you to the Bent Silver Company which Angeli claimed as her daughter. Angeli also gave her some money with kind of a contract, with another contract with the Ben Silver, that if the four of you were to fall in combat, Angeli wanted her brought back to Zeldenia. The other thing, too, with that is that you all gave up a little vial of blood to the Ben Silver Company. This was explained so that it'd be easier to track you guys if you tried to run away. You'd already broken one contract, and there was a bit of a worry that you guys would try and run. Is there anything beyond that that I forgot?
I don't think so.
Didn't Davster bet on us? as well?
Davster did. Davster bet an entire 5 gold pieces,
My life
Dang.
savings.
which he will be getting doubled back.
Money.
So, has not received it yet. You guys haven't returned back to the Ben Silver. But after finishing up in the arena, let's change our music just a little bit. See if I can't find... We'll go back to our Kashaval music. You guys are escorted out of the underground arena area. Same with your, you have the same kind of escorts, a number of Goliaths who don't look all too pleased or pleasant, just look very stoic marching forward. There is no clap on the back, congratulations. There's none of that. They're clearly here for a job, and that job is getting you back to the Ben Silver. I imagine someone is probably helping Redmayne walk a little bit. Redmayne does not look great, but he is conscious and moving at least.
I've got a limp, and I'm the only one that chose to carry the warhammer that Ostrovix left behind.
All right, when he gives me back my warhammer, I help him to where we're going.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Anything you guys particularly want to do? It is nighttime right now. The streets do seem to be fairly active, though. A lot of people moving around. So you are all pretty well beaten up. You're not really carried or anything, but they are bringing you back to the Ben Silver.
Are the markets still open?
You're not sure.
Okay.
You'd imagine, just based on the traffic and everything, something is always open. The actual bazaars may not be open, in a shopping district or anything like that. Most of those shops may be closed, but it's New York City. You're bound to find something open somewhere.
Okay. So we're just like we just left the arena. Did we get our blood vials back?
You guys know all of that is held at the Ben Silver itself.
All right.
Let's go back to the Ben Silver then.
Yeah, let's
Mhm.
go get let's get our blood back in the.
And let's go get that girl, yeah.
If we can.
You guys return to the Ben Silver with the Goliaths. Alia is still working the desk, even late into the night, smiles upon seeing you, waves, and yes, Davesh is expecting you. If you'll just head back to him again.
Sure.
And the party does so. Just looking around, security is very, very tight around the Ben Silver right now. You have a number of people clearly watching the four of you. Security is always kind of high at, a place like this, but you notice a lot of eyes watching you.
Okay.
You, same thing, come into his office, the door seals. Davesh has his chin in his hands. Well, my friends, first of all, congratulations. Your debt to the Ben Silver is completely cleared. Everything is good. We made a pretty significant amount of money. Dabster, I believe he throws
Yes.
you a pouch.
Thanks.
And
It doesn't even count it. He's like, whatever.
yeah, Dabster, I don't know if you open it or not.
And I just feel it. With my hand.
Well,
Like feel the weight.
oh yeah, you can feel the weight if you're looking around in there. Not really a sleight of hand or anything, just kind of counting it. It's probably maybe 12 to 15 gold pieces in there, so a little bit more than what you bet.
Awesome.
You could tell this probably is really nothing to him. It wasn't your original. He just kind of has a pouch there. This is small change.
Right.
Now, to other business. Angeli, do you want to correct your story to me?
I'm not too sure what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean.
Do I though?
You do. You lied to me. You lied to the Ben Silver.
Okay, I did. I'll just
did.
admit it. I don't
You
mind.
Who is the girl traveling with you?
We found her held up in this cage and these people, and we fought them off, and we found out that she was a girl from this town, Zeldania.
This is not Zeldania. This is Kashaval. Are you saying she is from Zeldania?
Yes.
And she is in the opposite direction.
We're going there after here.
Aha. So, explain to me this, if you would. You recover some girl, yes. Your original mission is to go to Eagle's Rest. Zeldania seems like an easy enough stop. Instead, you come to us in Kashava. You have to pay a decent amount of money to break your contract. We've been through that business. That is all cleared. I am confused.
Because I have urgent business in the other direction.
And what business would that be?
There is something happening in Savakis, some religion that these occultists are worshipping, and it is my duty to go there. And I have to go there as quickly as possible. So if we are quite done with this meeting, we got you your gold, and we still have not received our camels that you promised us in our victory. But if there's anything else, if we have not been relieved of our debts, then we will be off.
Angeli, you've been honest enough, and I feel, there isn't. Do you have any idea who this girl is?
There is a chance that she may be someone of importance in that town.
See, I tell you truthfully, anyone who wants to can make an insight check.
Good insight check.
Yep.
Ooh, guess I didn't.
As far as you can tell, he is telling the truth. Honestly, Angeli, I felt bad for the group. Now, we know you didn't have a daughter. Alright, we've done our research. That is part of the fee. That's part of the expense that the Ben Silver incurs whenever we hire anyone for anything. We know a great deal about your past. We have to. We have to make sure that we're not hiring thugs or bandits or anything like that, yes? So, we know you didn't have a daughter. We know you weren't from Zeldania.
When he says that, I stare at Davster.
What?
Because they don't hire thugs or bandits.
No, he's not a thug or a bandit. He's quick with his hands, but, I mean, as far as we've discovered, he hasn't killed anyone in cold blood. He hasn't done anything that's been necessarily...
Yeah.
Morally evil. Maybe bordering, but nothing that was lower than what we normally hire. Regardless, I didn't know who this girl was. I figured maybe someone you find, someone that you pick up in your travels. It happens. You come across children, whatever it may be. What concerns me, though, is that I didn't want to just send her with a caravan with this group that you're with dying, right? So I contacted the Elven Embassy here, asking them if they would have a caravan heading out to Zeldenia soon, so that they could take her with them in the event something bad happened to you. I planned to cover this completely. She was going to be kept with her money, everything would be fine. Everything was fine until we started describing who the child was. And imagine my surprise upon finding out that this isn't just some orphan girl, is she?
No.
No, she is not. So, the good news is that you are all under arrest, but you are not under Zeldenian jurisdiction yet. Understand there's very little that we can do with the Ben Silver right now, but we can talk on your behalf. We can offer you some protection. You do work for us. We can offer at least something in return. What we were able to do is set up a meeting. You'll be meeting with the three judges. The three judges of Kashaval, one from each of our domains. The domain of faith, the domain of community, and the domain of military. Based on what they decide, will be your fate. In essence, you will head to the Elven Embassy and preach your case to the three of them. If they decide that you are in fact innocent and that there was no malicious intent meant, then you return to us at the Ben Silver. You remain as our guest until the Zeldenian caravan can get here, claim the girl, and you're at least protected. They will want to interview you. They'll want to hear for themselves exactly what happened, but I'm sure that's something we can work out. However, if you cannot convince the judges, then there is nothing we can do. You become a prisoner, so to speak, of them. You are not a Kashaval citizen, so there's no protection we can offer in that way. And you'll have to wait for the caravan, and they'll enact whatever justice they see fit, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do. That, unfortunately, is the way of things, my friends. My hope is that we can put this all behind us easy, that it was a giant misunderstanding, and everything will be fine.
We really don't have time to wait for a trial.
Well,
Yeah, I say.
And we're not
Okay.
guilty of anything. We found her in a cell and we pretty much rescued her. So
we can do everything tonight. The trial's
That's
not...
it.
I mean, in essence, it's not really a trial. You are just going to have to answer some questions to an Elven ambassador. He'll ask the
Yes.
questions, you answer them truthfully, you get through everything, and if the judges believe that you kidnapped this girl and you were trying to take her and steal her away to somewhere, then there may be more trouble. If not, we can see what we can do.
Okay, I take out the potion of disease from my backpack, and I go up to him, and I say, "Look at this. Someone tried to put this in your cart. We have sufficient intel informing us that the people who put this potion of a vile substance in your cart are going to do some kind of shady dealings in the town of Sivakis, and we need to go there within the next 3 days. What do you think?
Can I see that?
Yeah, hand it to him.
I also give him the ring, and say one of them was wearing it at the time we got ambushed.
Looks at it. File. Okay. It would have been much more useful to know this in the beginning.
Sorry, I just thought of it.
There is nothing we can do to get out of this discussion tonight. They are, in fact, should be coming on their way to escort and pick you up. The Ben Silver has agreed to hand you over to them. However, the Ben Silver has also said that no harm can come to any of you. So, you are protected in that way, that they have their contract and they certainly don't want to incur our wrath. But we have to at least show a sign that we're willing to work with it. You understand the gravity of the girl that you were traveling with, yes?
Not really. Who is she?
She is the crown princess of Zeldenia.
Really?
She was abducted, maybe a month ago. And, elves being elves, and no offense to you, Angeli, I certainly don't, but you understand how your people can be. They're very secretive. They wouldn't want to really get out something about these. Not make big news about it.
Just really quickly, before we do anything else, I pull out of the bag of holding the crown as well, and I present it to the guy. Is that a bad idea? What? Why are you making that face? we need to return this stuff to the people, to the embassy.
He's not the people.
He's not them.
He's not them. He's a big
This
guild.
guy-
Okay, I didn't think. I thought he was like talking about them, and we were making things.
It's the eyeball thing all over
Yeah,
again.
Not,
Angeli just pulling random shit out of a bag. You want to see this?
And what is that? If you had something that valuable on you, why not just sell that? And we could have avoided this whole arena fight to begin with.
We don't know if it's real.
Yeah, we don't know if it's
We
real.
found it off somebody that we came across that was dead.
I can certainly have it appraised for you.
No, we want to give it back to whom
yeah,
it belongs.
We're not looking to sell it.
Where did you get it from?
Found it on the ground.
Yeah. We believe in Elvish in nature, so we were going back to Zeldenia to deliver the girl and the crown to see if she belonged to anyone there. Eventually.
Is there anything else?
Nope.
No.
Can I have the ring back, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The
And about the blood vials, can I have those back too? Come on, we had a deal, buddy. Can't be breaking deals.
we did. I mean, Nis was making deals prior to knowing that you were kidnapping princesses, yes?
Who said we're kidnapping princesses?
Well, at least abducting them.
Alleged abducting.
More like
That's
rescuing
cute.
them from a cult. You saw the bottle, dude. You saw the ring.
That it tells
I'm
me
assuming-
very little.
Okay.
The ring itself, there's not.
Hey, Angeli, why don't you pull that other thing out of the bag?
what other thing?
I don't know, the thing you try to show the girl when we saw her?
I mean, do we have to pull that out right now? Is that necessary?
What,
don't
sir?
know.
What are you talking about? I
I-
asked if there was anything else.
I pulled
Yeah.
a bottle with an eye in it. You think we would do this?
Is that hers?
We believe so. We found it where she was. In Savakis.
No, we're going to Savakis.
I mean, in a Stellam.
I truly don't know where to begin. Honestly, this was just a case of trying to get a debt repaid. This is getting
but
a little bigger than me.
But then you went and snooped around.
I snoop around. I tried to do good by the girl.
You could have just had us pay our debts and just let us be on our way.
Well, you could have not brought a half-blind princess into my offices.
We could have not came here at all.
Well, we both know that would have been a big mistake.
Oh.
He, you see him kind of flex his hand a little bit, and doing a similar thing that you've seen before, puts his ring to his ear. The ambassadors are here.
Grand.
Okay.
Let us get through this trial. I will remain back. I will want to keep this vial on me.
Which vial?
The poison vial.
Yeah, have you seen it before?
I have not, but I would like to have it investigated.
Yeah, as I said, might want to pull every single cart you've been sending out, because they tried to put it in our cart, and we had to find it.
I
So,
will certainly put out the message. Anything that we do find, understand you will be receiving a reward for.
I expect it.
Well, we are nothing else but fair, if anything.
Can we have a couple of those rings that you have?
What?
So we could stay in touch in case you do find anything else.
You get back here, you win your case, you get back here, we can start discussing that. Right now, we just don't have the time.
Okay.
I will do a little more snooping, as you say.
All right.
But let me see what I can do. As a final point, we will need all of your items, your weapons, and you will need to be shackled.
Sure.
I know. But truly, there is a way out of this.
So we're already prisoner?
No. You need to be interrogated. Understand how it looks from their perspective, yes? We have a group that was contracted to go to Eagle's Rest, and it looks like they're going in the opposite direction of Zeldania.
We have the Ben Silver's company's assurances that no harm will come to any of us.
As long as you are under the protection of Kashaval, yes. If the judges decide that no, you are not under the protection of Kashaval, then there's truly nothing we can do. I mean, I can't wage a war against an elven embassy based on the full review.
Sure.
Alright, very well. I still expect those camels, though.
Yeah.
The best money can buy.
Maybe
Assuming
throw in
that,
a wagon too.
let us see what we can do. You've caused a decent enough amount of trouble for us. However, do understand that we found an elven princess, and do understand that it was the Ben Silver who found said elven princess. So, we may come out on this, we're I think mutually beneficial.
Yep. Let's go.
So he kind of just waves his hand. The door opens. There are a number of the Goliaths outside, all with shackles and a large chest. The one, actually, all of them kind of have the different face paints and everything, looking rather intimidating. You're gonna put your stuff in here, and you're gonna get shackled. Yeah?
Yeah?
Everybody put their stuff in there?
I do.
You
Sure.
trying to hide anything, Zephyr? You just
No,
I put the stuff in.
I'm good.
All right.
Can I keep my focus with me? That doesn't look like suspicious or anything, does it? It's just like a pipe, or like I use as a necklace.
What is it in? Is it
It's
just
just-
like on a string around your neck, or
It's-
how are you?
Yeah, it's just a necklace around my neck.
I'm gonna roll percentile. Kind of what are the rolls that I do? Do you want high or low?
Let's do low.
You want to go low. They don't seem to try and claim that.
Awesome. Oh, I thought I was wrong.
Nope.
Never mind.
It's an action of one of them.
Okay.
All of you go to be shackled. Redmane's, yours appear to be a little bit different. What would this check be? Let me just pull up a character sheet real quick. Damn it. My character sheets. There we go. Damn cat, get the fuck out of here.
Whoa.
I think I know what I'd be in Witcher universe.
Um,
Some kind of Demetrium shackles or something.
yeah, just do a history, if you would.
Sure.
I know it's kind of an odd one.
I suck.
It's just cold to the touch, even in Kashaval. And really, really uncomfortable. No shackles are really comfortable, but these kind of chafe pretty badly.
Okay.
All right. You're met at the front lobby there. Again, a lot of eyes are looking at all of you. Both what looks like just customers of the Bent Silver, representatives, everything, kind of staring at you. There's 6 elves, all in kind of full ceremonial gear. Looks to be more ornamental armor than actually functional, but the weapons absolutely look sharp and very, very deadly. The elves don't speak at all. They do a number of kind of hand signs to each other. And the Goliaths go with you. You guys leave the Bent Silver, and there's a cart right outside that the 4 of you are put into. Completely closed cart, not really able to see anything. And you kind of feel it set off as the horses pull it away. Kind of have a chance to talk if you want to, or you can kind of keep quiet as you make your way to your destination.
Well,
Huh.
this is a fine mess.
I think we got had, boys. They're sending us to a prison right now. The Bent Silver isn't paying shit, and we're going to jail.
All right, I'll break out and break you guys out after.
All right, get these cuffs.
Yeah.
I could break these cuffs, and I'll try to break the cuffs.
No, I'll break us out once we get in jail.
Oh, when we get in jail, all right.
All right.
I could turn into a cat maybe to
If
get
we,
out.
if
Turn
we
into a
are
rat.
going
That'd be
to jail-
better.
If we are going to jail, we can make our escape then. But if we are going to a trial, since they already know this much about us, and we've been kind of throwing secrets into their face as well, just tell the whole truth.
Can Dapster, can you unlock our cuffs just in case?
I need
Can you do
lockpicks.
that? Can tell your rat to get them for you.
I don't think it's capable of doing that.
I'm not sure the rat is smart enough to go out, find a set of lockpicks, find Dabster again. And,
They put the rat in
Oh,
the desk.
He doesn't have his picks with him. Okay. Why don't you have your picks with you, dude?
Because they just took them.
he gave
they
everything
made-
up.
Okay.
Unless he wanted to hide them.
I thought they were
somewhere.
just taking the weapons.
I'm an
Now
honest man.
taking all possessions.
I mean, we're not guilty of anything, guys. We just go through the trial and we'll be golden.
They think we kidnapped a princess.
No, we have the proof in the pudding, with the notes and stuff.
Yeah, but if they don't believe us, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
we can get her to say who took it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
they speak Elven.
I made a connection with that girl. Like, she'll tell the truth. I have a
She speaks
feeling.
Elven.
Seriously.
If anything, if worse comes to worse, we can just ask her to testify.
Alright, make sure you check to see if they've, like, drugged her or cast a spell on her to make her lie or something.
What?
And as a note, you guys feel like hell still. You really haven't had a great chance to recover from anything. You've literally gone from probably the toughest fight in any of your lives, minus Dabster, to kind of like, hey, I'm good to go. Everyone else though is hurting pretty bad.
Okay, you guys can short rest while. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have time to short rest. Probably not.
Can I cast a spell on?
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know if I could.
So Sensei, don't.
Idiots didn't take my spell focus. Try to cure myself.
As you go to, the manacles just start to burn like hell. It's just kind of a numbing feeling. You kind of start losing feeling in your fingertips. Oh, damn. And now it's starting to understand why you know this from before. The shackles themselves are cold iron.
Oh.
Cold iron being something very opposed to the Fae. And since your druidic powers are based from the Fae, you feel that those shackles are definitely having an effect. Roll me a concentration check.
What's that? Is that
It's going to be Constitution, I believe, plus proficiency.
Okay.
Trying to beat a 15.
Oh.
You're just about there. I mean, you can feel the spell coming to your fingertips, but it just fizzles away. You can't keep a focus with those chains burning you.
They got some bad metal on me. Won't let me cast spells, and I'm like trying to break the cuffs again.
Roll strength.
Oh, okay.
If you're trying to break the cuffs, you don't break the cuffs. I mean, you give a good solid and try and really like just put your arms down to your sides and smack them off, and they just hold tight. And it's, I mean, you can kind of see where the shackle is on your hand. It's just, it looks raw and red like a rash.
Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna use my woodworking skills to take out a piece of wood from the cart, and then that's gonna be my impromptu lockpick. So that's step one.
You're trying to get a splinter.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to think of what these rolls would be. Like pulling out shit that I guess perception to see if you find a splinter that would work. There is one potential one that could work. Roll me a sleight of hand to break it free. So as you find just this perfect one, it looks like there's enough thickness to it that you could at least kind of use this to jimmy it a little bit. As you're pulling up, it's not really your fault. The cart hits a bump and you just snap it.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That's a little unlucky.
Good one, idiot.
Wait. Alright.
Alright. Roughly about 10 to 15 minutes go by as talk amongst yourselves. When the caravan finally slows, You hear the sound of metal scraping and opening. Cart advances a bit more, and the gates close. The flap on the back opens up as a pair of the elven guards that met you in the Bent Silver just roughly pull you out, and definitely not being gentle, not an escort. I mean, just grab you and really rip you out of the cart itself. Kind of the first time you're seeing anything right now of the area, and despite it being an obvious desert, with hot climate and all of that, this area within this little gated community here looks lively. Wow. You hear the dogs barking and the birds chirping. Actually, do hear some dogs barking as you get out. Looks like trained mastiffs. But there's actually trees around here. There's flowers. There's owls in the trees. It's really quite amazing. And you do see a number of what look like just kind of civilians, so to speak. People in very, very fine robes of, emeralds and leaves and very, very elvishy, pretty stuff. Mostly a lot of pale and frail folk. But looking at you with sneers. As you're heading with your escort towards what looks like one of the larger buildings, you're brought inside, and the rooms that you're brought through are just filled with wondrous, wondrous artwork. You can definitely tell no expense was spared here, and if not for your predicament, you might even want to kind of just look around and gaze. You do hear some lovely music. Everything does kind of seem at least a little more relaxed in here, minus the multiple guards, all with large pointy weapons, escorting you. As you're brought through your series of rooms, you make it into kind of a final one there, where looks basically, I wouldn't say like a theater, more like a congregating hall with a bit of a stage. On that stage, you see three figures. There's a woman, dressed in just very normal, almost peasant-ish clothing. There's a dwarven male with a scar running down his face, dressed in what looks like actual armor. And the final one is a drow elf, a male in very, very pure white robes. There are a ton of guards within this room, all of them armed, but again, more of that ornamental armor that probably is more for show than actual use. And finally, you see a table that's kind of right in front of that theater, so to speak, or that stage rather, and sitting on the other side of it is this man here. But his name is wrong. Shit! There you go. Forgot I changed it. Bring them, please. Honored guests. Take your seats. And he gestures on the other side of the table to the four of you. Not
Okay.
as if you have much of a choice. But, heading over to sit down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it. How you doing?
Doesn't even
What?
regard you. Looks at the stage there with the three figures on it. My honors, I believe I will show through a simple line of questionings that the fate of these creatures should no doubt be under Zeldenian control. They are accused of kidnapping our princess and must be brought to justice. I will be representing the group of Zeldenia. My name is Allagash. So, in your own words, please, explain what were you doing with our princess?
Who wants to talk?
We don't have all day.
Well, we were going to leave her here until we could bring her back to Zeldania.
Why here?
We have business in Savakis. We weren't going to bring her
You-
with us.
You have business more important than the life of a princess.
We don't know for sure she's a princess.
Oh, but she is, and I think you did know that.
No, not
No,
really.
see, your honors, what I think is that they managed to procure her, and I'm not sure how. I can't imagine anyone this stupid would be able to actually steal her. However they came across her is somewhat irrelevant. They did have her. Did they think to contact Zeldania or anyone in Zeldania? No. Did they think to come to us? Here, clearly, Angeli, this one, I don't even know if I'd call her an elf, seeing as she betrayed her people like this. Did she even think to try and bring her to us? She clearly knew the girl was from Zeldania. That's how we learned all of this.
I stand up and say objection.
Sit down now.
I remain standing. I gave him an evil eye.
Only one.
You don't have any power here, dwarf. You are surrounded. Please, try anything. Strike me.
I am
Give in to
representing. I am representing this group. I am the defense attorney.
There is no defense attorney needed here. All you need to do is answer the questions.
Okay. And my clients will answer them.
Your clients.
Yes.
It's... Isn't it cute when the lower people think that they use big words to impress everyone? Now, in my mind, you're nothing...
I call him a cowfucker in Sylvan.
The drow chuckles a little bit. Doesn't seem like the human or dwarf
The
understood
drow?
it.
Just
The-
a drow?
There is a drow, one of the
Oh.
judges up there.
The judges laugh.
I like shoot a smile and like a funny.
You look, and his face then just goes back serious and stoic. All right. Tell me then, how did this girl come into your possession?
Literally, we took her out of a cage.
A cage, and where was this cage?
In the basement of a church.
In the basement of a church.
In
Really?
Stelhan. Yeah, in Stelhan.
In Stelhan. There is no church in Stelhan.
Wasn't it Stelhan?
There is...
It was.
Oh,
A
the gathering. I
community
guess it's a
center.
gathering. Yeah,
But
community.
you can already see the holes forming in your story. Please do try and keep up. Now, you said you found her in some cage, and were you just randomly wandering around, Stelhan?
No, we were trying to rescue her.
You were trying to rescue her, so you knew she was here.
No, we were trying to
No.
rescue people in general.
We were passing by. We were going to Eagle's Rest to deliver the cart that we had made with the bent silver, and then we came upon Stelham, which was destroyed, and we decided to
Oh
investigate.
yeah, you should probably go sound like a scout to Stelhan and like investigate its
That-
current.
That shit's fucked up, by the way. and that's why we came here, because idiot wrote down, "Oh, good job fucking up this town, by the way. We're gonna go to the next one." And that's why we were going to the next one, to try and stop them. And they're gonna sacrifice another girl, so it might be another noble. Who knows?
Your honors,
You got the letter right here.
You can't possibly believe this story.
We
That-
have all the proof.
Ask
What-
the girl. Where is the girl?
proof?
Where
the
is
girl,
the girl?
Oh,
the
no, we
girl
did it all
is
ourselves.
within our protection right now.
Why don't you ask her? Why don't you bring her here and ask her if we kidnapped her?
I call her.
So, you've built a relationship with this girl, yes?
Well, we
I
took her
haven't,
out
of
of a
course.
cage
Yeah,
from
yes.
people that kidnapped her.
And you care about her. You care about her safety, and you care about her
Yes.
as a person. She is not just a payday to you, yes?
No.
No.
No,
Wanted to
no.
rescue her.
Then please tell me one thing. What is her name?
How could we know?
Well, clearly, if you built a relationship and you rescued her, the practical thing to do would be to ask her.
I mean, Angeli would know if she was willing to tell her.
None of us speak Elvish except for Angeli.
So, Angeli, then, what
The
is
girl
her
was
name?
the girl was very quiet. She was
Mm.
very scared, and she didn't
Mm.
tell me her name.
No. I would imagine she wouldn't. Annalyn, by the way, is her name, named for the goddess of protection from years past. If you'd like to scribble that down in your notes. Your Honors, look at it. They didn't even know her name. Because she was nothing to them. She was a payday. I'll tell you exactly what happened. They managed to find her from someone. They may have even killed the people who kidnapped her, which to them we'd be thankful. But then they realized who she was. They knew that she was some type of royalty, and so they wanted to take her far away and set up a ransom to Zeldenia. However, they got in trouble with the Ben Silva. They knew that their life was on the line for the Ben Silva, and so they created some deal with the company to have her sent back to Zeldenia because, let's be honest, it wasn't even send the girl to where she belongs with her people here. Oh, no. Send her back to Zeldenia with the commoners. Send this princess back with just another merchant caravan. That's what happened, isn't it?
Not
See,
exactly.
you're still not bringing the girl in to ask questions.
The girl is quite traumatized.
She was talking to Angeli pretty fine.
Really?
What?
She was talking to Angeli pretty fine because Angeli just said that she wasn't talking at all. So tell me, Angeli, was she talking or not? Maybe her talking, and excuse me if I'm wrong, Ostrovix, maybe her talking was, oh no, please save me, help me from the mean people. Was that the talkative nature you were talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't understand your language.
Well, let me give you a hint. When it involves screaming and crying, the person is probably upset and doesn't want to be with you.
What business will we have abducting a princess?
Money, of course.
And you think we'd get that ransom?
Well, I think if you brought her towards Freemaster, New Freemaster down in the south, you might be able to convince someone wealthy there of who she is, and then they would set it up.
So do you think we brought her to the Bent Silver to set up some kind of ransom?
No, I think you were just stupid.
Okay, well, I think you're just being dishonest then.
Dishonest.
Yeah.
So,
You see, we have no reason to abduct this girl, and you're refusing to kind of look at it from our perspective.
now, you understand, your honors, they did willingly turn over everything that they had. And, understand something else that they found very interesting. He, snaps finger a few times, and, Elf comes out, well, a number of them come out with pillows, with a bow, a crown, and a rapier on it. These belonged to her brother, the Crown Prince. I can only imagine what you fiends have done to him. Unfortunately, he was a man who was always very headstrong, and merely wanted to protect his sister. He was always an excellent tracker, though, and I think he found you. I think he discovered your plan to take her, to sell her, and merely tried to talk to you, tried to reason with you. And instead you gutted him, stole his things, planned to sell them too.
Well, we found him already dead in
Oh.
the town. Yes. Wait. We're not done.
In,
Wait.
in Stelhan with all the other
In
dead
Stelhan.
people. Right, right.
So,
Yes.
why don't you go check his wounds? Why don't you send the scouting party to go check his wounds if they match our weapons? Hmm?
So
There's more proof that you're not presenting at this trial. You're not presenting the girl's testimony. You're not presenting the brother's body. This is proof that's on you to present to convict us as guilty, and yet you accost us with baseless accusations, not taking in any other facts but the ones that you present. Why don't you go send a scouting party to Saldenia, look at the town and the state that it's in, see all of the dead cultists on the ground around this prince's body, see the note that he left on the wall telling us to save the girl from the cage that we found her in, and then come back to the trial when you have that evidence. Why don't you do that? Or wait. I'm sorry. Is the burden of proof not on you?
there is no burden of proof here. Merely our whole argument was that we should be able to hold you so that we knew you wouldn't just run away. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure how much we can trust the Ben Silva to keep you. Your Honors, I would be quite fine with us keeping them here. And we will send that scouting party to Stelhan. We will also be waiting for our own ambassadors to come and speak with them. Merely, I am a representative who does not have all the information. I would just like to make sure that justice is served. And how can justice be served if there's a chance that these individuals could get away? Clearly they know something about what happened with the abduction with the princess, with the murder of our crown prince. I would just ask for time from you all. They will stay with us, and I can promise no harm will come to them until we investigate what has happened.
Your Honors, I propose a counterpoint. As he has no burden of proof, and our blood still remains with the Ben Silver Company, allowing any proficient mage the ability to track us wherever we are, based on our 4 blood samples, since we don't have them, we have to really go to Silvacus in the next 3 days, or another sacrifice of some sort is going to be made. Now, you would ask this knight to go against his oath to save innocents from whatever terrible religious cult seeks to sacrifice these people, when all that you would have us do is sit in a room as these evil acts transpire. You know where we will be, based on our blood, and if we do not return, you can send any amount of tracking to come get us. But all we need to do is go to Silvacus and then return. You can go send your scouting party to Stelhan while this is occurring, but until then, we must go to Silvacus. You can even send guards with us to keep us in line.
Roll a persuasion check. The judges all look, especially the drow looks at you, and as you're making a fairly good point, everybody roll a perception check. See one of the judges, the dwarf actually, the military guy, looking a little bit sweaty and really uncomfortable with where he's sitting. Even Allagash himself is kind of biting his lip a little bit, looking nervous. Okay. Clearly they cannot be allowed to leave. Yes? I mean, this is something that we've already all passed. Let us, as Zeldenia, we will send scouts to both Silvacus and to Stelhan. We will get to the bottom of all of this because our princess is the one involved in it. You can be sure if there is cultish activity going on, we will make sure that we wipe it out. Clearly, you would not deny us our honor. Especially of the horrible tragedy of what happened to this little girl. The eye thing, I'm only going to assume it was a sick joke that you have her eye in your possession. That is her eye, I assume?
We believe it to be.
We kept it so you could
Heal her.
heal.
We assume that there's some magic on the planet that can restore her sight.
Oh, there certainly is. We will need to get her back to Zeldania for that. Unfortunately, there's no one here capable of... At least no one with the Zeldanian embassy that can, and I certainly wouldn't trust just anyone with a task such as this. Regardless, though, your honors, if we were to use our own resources to get to the bottom of this, let's say that this adventuring party is done. Let us say, then, that they come back and there is an evil cult in Savakis that they've weeded out, and the Stelhan, there is piles of dead bodies, and including the body of our most beloved prince. We will apologize to this group and ensure that they are compensated for their time. But for now, they should be considered our guests. As much as we would like to trust the Ben Silver to ensure that this group doesn't leave, you understand why that's simply unacceptable for us.
Is the Ben Silver here, like Diwali, or I mean not Diwali, Davesh?
Davesh is not. Ducier representative Davesh was staying behind to investigate things further. In terms of the Ben Silver itself, only the Goliaths are there.
If you do not trust the Bent Silver to keep an eye on us, then how about you take some of their scouts with you to both towns? I'm sure that they will be able to look after providing some adventurers or scouts to assist you in that matter.
Well, no, it doesn't have to do with the Ben Silver sending scouts or anything. It's more or less of them just letting you get away. That, oops, the vials went missing. The Ben Silver has already been promised a tremendous reward for finding our dear princess. And so, they may consider you agents? And I'm not saying you are, certainly. I'm just saying to you, honors, that we need to get to the bottom of this, and by hastily just letting these folk go, it would be doing a disservice not only to our beloved Annalyn, but to justice in general.
You say the Ben Silver was rewarded for finding the girl?
They were.
Okay.
It was them who brought her to us. Now, I think the saddest part to all of this, your honors, is imagine if there was no shady business going on whatsoever, if there was nothing underhanded. Don't you think that they would have come directly to us? Don't you think these four would have marched directly to our gates and showed the girl? And even if there was this brutality in Savakis going on. But no, and as the contract with the Ben Silver stated, pulls up some papers, the girl was only supposed to go back to Zeldenia in the event that the party perished in an underground fighting arena. So, tell me, then, Angeli, I believe you were the one to sign this all and work this deal. What were you planning to do with her if you survived? Were you planning to take her with you to Savakis?
No, we were planning on still leaving her here, but just at the time we agreed that that would be the case in case we perished.
So, you were going to leave her here, and that her life wasn't as important to you as the payday of the cart, was it? Her worried mother, that didn't even register in your mind. No, your honor, see, these types of adventurers, they aren't heroes. They aren't knights in shining armor, despite what this dragonborn in front of me might have you think. No, at the end of the day, they're fueled by one thing and one thing alone. Gold pieces. Her life was truly nothing. They didn't even see a little girl in front of them. All they saw was an opportunity to make some money.
Excuse me.
Oh.
What are those 3 objects on those pillows over there?
Those are the armaments of our crown prince.
Are they all... were they all crafted in Zeldenia?
They were.
And do you take pride in the craft of Zeldenia? As a fellow elf, do you believe that the craft of Zeldenia is top of the line?
Your honors, I have no idea where this line of questioning. I am not the one on trial here.
Wait! Your honors, please. This is leading up to something. I promise you. Just allow me one more question once he answers this one.
Yes, I believe that Zeldenian craft is quite acceptable.
And if we were after the money, first and foremost, why would we not have sold the crown and the bow and the sword as soon as we entered this city, this market city with plenty of different stalls that we could sell any number of items to? Why do we still have them?
Well, because you can't just show up and sell something like this. Your honors, this is ridiculous. He's talking about selling this crown alone. Just think of the countless gold pieces it's worth. And yes, he's going to march right up to a fruit vendor and say, "Oh, look at these elven shiny artifacts for sale."
A fruit
Come
vendor?
on.
No.
Come
We would
on.
have given it. We would have given it to pay off our debts to the Bent Silver Company, who can more than likely afford every single one of these, priceless artifacts of your town, of your city, of your people?
Yes, but they would have investigated the actual items. They would have seen that they belong to the prince, and you would be back in this issue with a questioning of how you procured it. Your honors, a company such as the Ben Silver isn't stupid. They're not going to just receive these amazing crafts from such low and shabby people and say, "Oh, I'm sure they obtained them honorably." Oh, please.
And they would have investigated, but they would have held on to the crown, the bow, and the sword, and they would have returned them to you for a fair price to them, I assume. And the Bent Silver Company is all about profit, but you would believe that we were, and we would keep these crowns to sell to them, and we would not keep these crowns to sell to them in the first thing that we were able to. If we had procured any sort of debt, we would not get rid of them at the first opportunity. But yet we still have them, and now they are in your possession. How can you explain something like this if we are fueled by greed and not the need to go to Savakis so that we can save numerous innocent people?
And again, your honors, he brings up a good point. I'll say I'm not quite sure. To be honest, I still think it's stupidity. I still think that they didn't quite realize what they had, and even though it looked nice, wasn't sure of a price for it. So they hoped to work with the Ben Silver a little bit, get an idea of a price, but they had to build a level of relationship with the Ben Silver. And hence, that's why they did that. They had to clear their debt to begin with, and don't believe for a second that they wouldn't sell it to the Ben Silver in a heartbeat. Well, then tell me, sir, what were you planning to do with these items?
Bring them to you in Zeldenia. Not to you personally, but to your government in Zeldenia with the girl. But I have a further line of thought that exonerates us from being the greedy merchants that you believe us to be. As you are aware, we were in a underground fighting ring to pay back the debts that we owed the Ben Silver Company. We were offered an opportunity to gamble as much money as we can on us to provide us with some sort of return back. And we could have asked for any sort of reward on top of that, as the Bent Silver Company was going to bet what I assume to be a vast fortune on us beating the odds and defeating the two champions. And yet, we did not ask for any sort of monetary reward, or besides the hilarious amount of 5 gold that Davster bet on the ring to return him the mighty sum of 10 gold, we did not make any sort of stupendous bet on us, even though, if we had won, we would have made a grand fortune. We do not require your gold or your rewards. We are here to see the fruition of my mission and my oath, and yet you stand in my way.
I stand behind justice. Justice is my wall, and so justice is what stands in your way, sir.
If your
Not me.
justice is what stands in my way, then bring forth the girl and ask her in front of these judges what her predicaments were in that town.
You would have me wake her now.
Yes, I would. If your justice is true and absolute, then you would see all evidence presented to this case. We have already decided to send the scouts to the 2 towns, and yet you leave this thread hanging. Why? Is your justice not absolute?
Oh, my justice is quite absolute, as you will find out. Have no doubt. And for the first time, you're actually seeing him starting to break his cool. Where he seemed to be very much in control. Everybody roll a perception check. All of you are close enough to notice it. You see him mostly speaking like this, or kind of has his hand under his desk or anything. For the first time, he brings both of his hands up to his temple. You spot a very recognizable ring on his left hand.
This motherfucker.
On his left. It's
got the
it's
dragon
the coiling
ring.
spiders, right?
What's that?
It's the coiling snakes.
There's 2 snakes.
Shit. Redmayne really wants to go up and bite his finger off right now.
Your Honors, evidently our prosecutor is at a loss for words right now, but what do you think? Do you believe his justice is absolute? Should we not question the girl? Why are we not allowed to ascertain all of the facts of this case? Why is he keeping her from you 3?
Dwarf speaks up. All right, lad. What was your plan for tonight? What were you planning to do? Were you staying the night in Kosheval, or were you heading out?
Staying the night, as we need to rest up and receive transportation to Savakis from the Bent Silver Company.
It's late for all of us. We was called out. For, don't get me wrong, a very important case. So, my thinking right now is that you spend a night here, and we promise you to reconvene in the morning. We can have you leaving. We are going to talk to the Ben Silver and get their story on all of this, and we will see justice done.
Make sure you bring the girl too.
Well, the girl right now is staying here, staying with our ambassador Allagash.
Wait,
I
you're saying the ring on his finger is the same as the ring we found on those cultists like
on
a
the-
while ago?
on the elf's finger, yeah.
On the elf's finger? No, it's the serpent ring. It's like the ring on the
Yeah, we
cultists.
saw it on the elf's finger.
Can
Can I do like deception check to know if he is who he says he is?
That's what you see on his finger. As I said, it was kind of a quick thing where he rubbed his temples. He wasn't necessarily hiding it from anyone, but, you know, he wasn't really showing it around. This was kind of your first chance of seeing it.
Your Honor, may I propose the girl stay with someone else?
Why?
It's a issue of
I mean, the fate of the girl herself isn't on question right now. It's the fate of you, right?
I know, but she is a critical piece of evidence in this case, and
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want her being persuaded by this man.
Persuaded to lie, you think? You think
Yes.
she'd lie?
Yes.
God damn, fucking cat. Sorry, I should knocked my mic over.
I personally wouldn't think she'd lie, but I wouldn't say this man here wouldn't trick her into lying.
As the Ben Silver Company is here witnessing this entire thing, and they are neutral in this position, as you've already paid them for discovering the girl and the 3 jewels, why do not us stay as their prisoners, and the girl remain as their gracious guest, as we are looked after by them through the night, and we return here tomorrow morning. But having your evidence rest in one party's care that would want to see us in jail.
Yes.
No, absolutely.
A bit of a conflict of interest, wouldn't you say, my dwarf friend? I don't know why I have an accent.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I'm
absolutely
I don't
not.
know, I'm feeling a connection to you.
This is it. This is it right here that I figured. Why do you think they were... The girl has nothing to do with this. Yes, she is a key point of evidence, absolutely. But more than that, she is a person. And they're trying to use her as a bargaining chip. Oh, let's bring her to the Ben Silver. They're going to separate her from her people. And for what reason? To go with the Ben Silver? We don't know the deals that they have worked out with the Ben Silver. Absolutely not. She will not be leaving our area. In fact, she will be staying with me until the caravan from Zeldenia arrives.
Can we get a few minutes to discuss?
You have all the time you want right now.
Okay, so I say like a whisper to my team.
Oh.
Yes.
What are you whispering there? Is there something that Justice is hiding?
Okay. Yes, see that ring on his hand?
Justice is hiding the girl from us. We have no reason to convene the trial right now. You may wake her, and we can finish it now.
Isn't that the ring we found on one of those cultists? That
Yes.
Yes.
is found
Yes.
responsible
Yes, 100% it is, we know.
So
I
why
smacked
aren't
him
we...
on the back of the head.
What? Why aren't we just bringing this to light right now?
Because I think the dwarf is one of them too.
Oh, the dwarf? Wait, what?
One of the judges is one of them as well.
Oh.
Excuse me, sir. Did you just accuse one of our judges of being a... Look at this fanciful cult.
Right, did he hear us? I thought we were whispering.
Yeah, we were whispering.
No, you were talking quite loudly from what I heard.
Wait, when did we see the ring on the fucking dwarf's hand?
We didn't.
You didn't see a ring on a dwarf's hand. You saw a ring on Allagash's hand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, and you guys are openly talking about it at the table.
Wait, can I do like a check? Like, why does this guy have a ring that we found on the cultists?
I don't think
I don't
there's
get
a
it.
check to like read his
So
mind.
you put the pieces together. He's probably a part of this cult.
yeah.
That's why are we arguing like about this shit? Then we just bring this to light and we're donezo.
What are you saying?
Okay, wait. Can we get
I don't understand
Devesh
what
in
he has
here?
to
Can
do.
we get him in here?
Who are you getting in here?
Devesh?
Davesh?
He's not in here. The
Can,
leader of
can
the
we
Ben
get
Silver.
him in here?
I don't
Can
think
I
he's a leader. I just think he's high up in the bench.
Can I just
Yeah,
ask?
I guess the
ask-
representative for the Kashaval.
hmm
Go ahead.
Can we
Jasper.
get him here?
Can I just ask like Allagash to show him papers that prove that he is who he says he is?
Papers to prove what?
How do we know
What the
you're a
hell are you
representative
talking
of the Elven
about?
Embassy? Wait, I'm confused. We saw a ring, a serpent ring we found on a cultist. We saw on his hand, right?
Yes.
Melakal.
Yes.
And he gestures over to one of the gods. Am I who I say I am? The guard just nods with a confused look. Your honors, what is this? This is a farce. This is a joke.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on right now.
Oh, you caught me. If only I could produce the stamped birth certificate that showed I wasn't from Kenya, then maybe. Please.
Can Redmayne see if he has the ring on his hand? The judge.
The dwarf? Or
Yeah.
any of them?
No, the dwarf, I guess. If look first at the dwarf.
Wait, why did you guys say the dwarf had one of the rings
No,
on his head?
no
We
one
don't
said
know.
that.
We don't know.
No, but the perception
We're
from
just saying.
before was that the elf and the dwarf were getting fucking fidgety. That's why the dwarf is probably with the elf, and they're both in the fucking cult.
Oh, and the dwarf.
Yes, both
what
of
I
them.
heard, yeah.
Both of them.
I rolled the highest perception. How did I not catch that?
None of them actually really appear to have their hands, at something super visible. I assume you're not trying to be super obvious about it, like looking right at them and, what's there. Go ahead and roll perception, though.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Dwarf does not appear to have a ring.
Oh, there we go. Okay, can we talk to the dwarf separately from these?
Well, there's
Other
three
people?
judges. There's three judges.
Or can we talk to the judges separately?
No, you may not speak to the judges separately.
Okay, well, I didn't ask you. I asked the judges.
No,
I asked
you may not speak to the judges separately. And they will say the same. Their job is to listen and to evaluate from there.
But but the dwarf talked to us, so it's not their only job to listen.
No, he came up with an idea. He came up with
Yeah,
justice.
so I'm asking.
Correct. He came up with justice. He didn't ask you any further questions. He came up with what I think to be as a very fair solution.
Because your justice is not correct.
My justice. What justice are you talking about?
You said your justice was absolute, and yet you keep pushing and pushing to not finish this trial. Bring forth the girl so that we can achieve true justice.
Not tonight. We
Why
will do
not?
tomorrow.
Why not?
Why not?
After the girl has gotten some rest. After our dear judges have a chance
The girl
to get
has
some
had
rest.
a day of relaxation at the Bent Silver Company. We had we went to a spa. We had a luxurious dinner. The girl has been doing nothing but resting since she got here. We believe that you can bring her forth now.
Roll a persuasion check. So the human speaks up. I very would like to hear her testimony and see if she has anything to say. See Allagash just fuming, angry. Composes himself. Yes, my honor, you understand that she is a poor, frightened little girl who's been through a horrible ordeal. But if that will help us get to justice, and if this poor girl cannot be afforded the chance to sleep for an entire night, then I suppose that is your justice. Melival, Eladin, please escort our dear Annalyn up here. We'll be taking a short recess while we go to get her. Should be no longer than 5 to 10 minutes in real life time. So if anybody needs to take a quick bathroom break, grab a drink, grab some chips or some snacks, maybe an apple or something, please feel free, and we will reconvene in 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes. Just stop recording.